Drayton's contribution was a special plum-flavored Ceylonese black tea that he'd custom blended. These offerings were in addition to the elegant, light supper buffet that Timothy had laid out in the downstairs dining room for his 24 guests. "Getting chilly," Theodosia said, pulling her pink cashmere wrap tight around her shoulders. She was outdoorsy and loved to jog, sail, and hike, delighted in breezing around the low country with the hardtop off her Jeep. But tonight had turned downright cold. "But nobody's leaving," Drayton pointed out. They were standing at one end of the widow's walk, a long, narrow wooden walkway that ran the length of the home's roofline. All along the walkway, people were spread out, conversing quietly in small groups, eagerly watching the ships as they bobbed and wheeled in the harbor. It was difficult to see who these other guests were up here, since the night sky was so black and moonless, and Theodosia and Drayton had arrived a little late to the party. Too late to be properly introduced. In any case, all the folks up top had to concentrate on watching their step, since the decorative wrought iron railing that bordered the widow's walk was barely 3 feet high. "Perhaps we should go in," Drayton suggested. "Warm up and enjoy some light supper along with Timothy's hospitality." He glanced at his watch, an antique Piaget, and frowned. "It's gotten so dark I can't quite make out the time." Theodosia glanced sideways at St. Sebastian's, the nearest neighborhood church. In a city so filled with churches, it had been dubbed the Holy City. A lighted clock in a red brick steeple shone the current time. "It's just 9 o'clock, she said. "Still, tomorrow is a work day," Drayton said. "You know how I like to get a jump on Mondays." "I hear you," Theodosia said. "Plus, we've got—" Boom! A thunderous roar pierced the night, frightening onlookers and rattling windows in homes up and down the block. Theodosia clapped a hand to her chest. "What was that?" "Cannon volleys," Drayton said. "From 2 of the ships in the harbor, I'd guess." Theodosia peered through the still mostly bare tree tops. "Let's hope they don't do it ba-boom again," she finished. But this time, the cannon's roar was followed by a high-pitched scream. "Help!" came a woman's cry from the far end of the widow's walk. "He's been shot!" "What?" Drayton said, startled. A second scream rose up, a terrified yelp that quickly morphed into an anguished and frantic shriek, like steel wheels grinding against hot metal rails. Then came a terrifically loud thumping, like the sound a flat tire makes when it whap-whap-whaps against pavement. Except this was no flat tire. This was... "Someone's fallen!" a man's voice bellowed. This was followed by a dozen voices, rising in a collective, jangled outcry. Theodosia spun quickly and peered down over the edge of the roof. Off to her right, twirling head over tea kettle, a man was hurtling down the sloped slate roof of Timothy's house, as if he were zipping down a child's slide. "Help!" the falling man cried, as he flailed and fought for handholds. His pleading, anguished note pierced the darkness, pierced Theodosia's heart as well. "Dear Lord!" Theodosia cried. She hoped the poor man would find something, anything to break his fall. "This is dreadful," Drayton said with a sharp intake of breath. They watched helplessly as the man flopped and tumbled, then landed in a deep V that formed one of the eaves in the expansive roof. His arms flew out, beating wildly as his fingers scrabbled desperately to find something to grasp. But he was moving too fast to completely arrest his fall, and immediately catapulted down another few feet, heading for a